Hey everybody, it's Ricky Rolando here, back with Dream Journal number 18. This is going to be part 2 from the same night the Dream Journal number 17 took place on. Um, so yeah, I had both of these dreams on the same night. There's two more that I'm going to post later on that you guys will see. That'll be 19 and 20. And then I have Dream Journal 21 already ready for you guys to post once those are done. But anyways, this dream journal is going to be called Serena Williams' Missile Silo, and it begins with me arriving at what I guess was Serena Williams' house, because I get to this house and it's like this big mansion um, made out of wood, mostly wood, and then it's kind of dilapidated, kind of old, kind of beat up looking. But the inside is nice and it's well taken care of and stuff. It just looks like it's weathered. Anyways, Serena Williams invites me in at the door, and she's standing with her husband, who I've never actually seen her husband in real life. I don't know. She's always on the news, like on Snapchat and on Facebook and stuff. That just like the news that doesn't really matter. They always give you pointless news on those things that's not important. And not that Serena Williams isn't important, but the news compared to other news isn't important, I don't think. Anyways, so yeah, I've seen her, but I've never seen her husband because of that. And in the dream, my mind made up some random dude as her husband. I don't know who it was, but either way, they invite me in, and they take me in. They kind of give me like a little tour of their house. It's like a nice house. There's traditional house stuff in there, like couches and coffee tables and all that stuff, and then eventually they'd walk me out to the backyard and show me the backyard. And in the backyard, there's this shed. It's like a big old kind of shed, but not quite really a shed. It's a little fancier than a shed. And anyways, they take me inside of the shed, and then there's like a pool. It looks like a pool at first, but then you can swim down, and it's weird because this is where it gets really weird. It was almost like scuba diving. You go in the pool, but you don't need to put any scuba gear or anything on. You can just go under the water and swim under the pool and almost walk down on the pool floor. It's not really walking. You still kind of have to swim, but it's like you don't have to breathe. You don't have to hold your breath. You can just stay down there. I don't know why it was like that, but that's how it was. It was kind of like the scuba diving dream, the crab scuba dive that was before this. I didn't have to have the gear on, but I was still under the water. Sorry, my phone just dang. I forgot to turn it off. But anyways, so yeah, it's weird. We're under this thing and we're swimming down there, and they're showing me under this silo, and they're talking to me while they're down there, which is weird too because normally you can't talk underwater, but they're doing that, and it doesn't make sense because they're talking underwater, they're breathing under the water, but it's all normal to them and it's all normal to me. It doesn't seem weird. And anyways, Serena Williams' husband starts showing me these gardens that they have growing down underneath the water. It's like underwater gardens, like these mosses and plants and stuff. And he's telling me like, we grow this stuff down here because Serena Williams started to do this vegetarian diet. He's saying it like his wife or Serena or whatever, I don't know how he referred to her, but anyways, he's explaining that she's on this diet and she's eating this like underwater leafy greens and stuff. And I'm like confused because I've never seen this stuff, and I've never seen like I've seen seaweed and stuff that you can eat that grows in the ocean or grows in like lakes and stuff, but not like not what looked not what the stuff in the dream looked like, not what the plants in the dream looked like. So yeah, it was really weird. And like I said, this pool is like a missile silo, so it's like a tunnel, and there's plants growing on the walls of it. And it's bigger than a missile silo. Normally a missile silo is like just a man, like 6x6, 7x7, maybe a little bigger than that wide tunnel. But this thing is huge. It's like 15 or 20 feet by like 20 feet in diameter. It's big, and there's these plants growing under it, or in it, and on the ceiling of it, it's not completely underground like how most missile silos would be. It's got these cutouts. They have these big skylights, and there's sun shining in. I think that's what the sun uh, or I think that's what was supplying the plants' sun was those skylights. So there's all these plants growing down there, and he's telling me how they eat them and stuff. And as he's telling me this, he's like, "Look, she's got some right there," and he like points to Serena Williams. And this part was weird to me because it was just like surreal, and it didn't seem like something that you would expect. Like somebody would normally tell you, "Hey, look," and then they would show you something normally, but then he tells me, "Hey, look," and then Serena Williams is over there, like how it shows in the drawing. You might or might not see it. I don't know when this part of the dream will be on the drawing, but anyways, in the drawing, once you get to the end of the video, you'll see that Serena Williams, or what's supposed to be Serena Williams, she's holding two like pom pom poofs of plants. They look kind of like pom poms, but it's plants, and then she's got the same thing in her hair, looking kind of like an afro. Um, so it's just weird because she's like floating in the water holding this stuff, like waving at me like, look what I got. And then her husband's telling me to look at her because she's showing it off. And I guess they grew it, so it's kind of cool because they grew it in their weird missile silo area thing. But yeah, so they were showing it off, and then we started swimming along the missile silo to look a little bit more. He's showing me more like farther down it basically. And it looks like it's been flooded for a long time because there's like small fish and little water creatures in the water. And on the wall of it, it's kind of rocky, almost like a cave, but it's still definitely a missile silo. But anyways, there's these weird tiny bugs. I don't know what they would be. Kind of like a mosquito larva type bugs or something. They were really small swimming bugs that they would just swim underwater, and they swam in like these little swarms. They look like some type of fly larva, but they were deep under the water, unlike what fly larva would be. Normally you would see fly larva like in a creek or something just below the surface, but these ones were like 8 feet down, and they were up against the wall. And I get really weirded out by stuff underwater because whenever I was younger, I got stung by a jellyfish in the ocean, and it was like the worst pain I ever felt in my life. So ever since then, I've had not a fear of the ocean, but I get a lot more nervous in the ocean, and if I see like anything living, I get kind of freaked out. And same with just any water, even small like bug things. And I don't get like so creeped out that I'm gonna run out and scream like a little girl or be a little wuss or anything, but uh, it gives me the heebie-jeebies, you know. So anyways, there's these little bug things, and they're giving me that heebie-jeebie feeling. Like I don't like them because they look like there's enough of them they can just swarm and like get in your face and stuff without you wanting them to. So I'm kind of pushing water towards them, you know, to make a little current, and that's making them swim away from me. So that's kind of how I'm keeping them away from me and just following Serena Williams' husband down this tunnel. And yeah, he's just showing me along, and there's more of those plants farther down the tunnel, and just more and more plants. He's got like a lot of gardens down there, so a whole bunch of these underwater plants that they're growing, and it's all more or less the same plants. But yeah, no, they were all growing there. I don't know if they were growing naturally or if they planted them. They didn't really tell me in the dream, but they kind of implied that they put them there, or that they were at least utilizing them if they were growing naturally, because he said that Serena was eating them. So yeah, it was just really weird. It was a strange dream, but the fact that it was in a missile silo and the fact that it had Serena Williams in it was really strange and really funny to me. And I can't imagine hardly any celebrities buying a mansion that has like a bunker that's like the equivalent of a missile silo in it. So I thought it was weird, but it was really cool. I've seen on like TV shows and stuff, people with these cool missile silos that they converted into homes, and it's actually really interesting. They look like they'd be really cool to live in. I don't know that I would personally want one for sure, but it'd definitely be interesting to try or to go stay at or something. But anyways, that's pretty much all I have for this dream journal. I hope you guys like it. Yeah, that's about it. I'll come back as soon as possible with number 19. You guys can see the other things I dreamt this night. I think they only get more interesting from here. This might have been the most interesting one. I was going to try to tell them like least most interesting. That way you guys kind of have a build-up of how this night went, because I really don't know what order any of them I dreamt. For all I know, this one I dreamt first, and whatever's going to be 20 I dreamt last. I don't know. Maybe I dreamt that one first, but either way, that's it for the dream journal. It's 10 minutes. I'm kind of making this long. My bad. But have a good time. Have a good night. Have a good day. Wherever you are, whatever time it is. Peace.